Back again.
Yes,
Grappling
we are.
Dads. Paul here.
Kip.
Let's do this thing.
Kip.
We got,
It's Kip.
we have, I think, what you call a housekeeping episode based on the hate and vitriol from...
That shit was funny.
It was... I got a couple of private messages going, I think I went too far. Is Kip going to be mad? I'm like, he's fine.
No, I said most of it like, this is gonna, like, oh, Paul's not liking this. I'm going to keep going.
Oh, it was great. I'm like, how dare you hold that opinion, sir? Like, no.
No.
I'm like, I don't know what to do here.
Yeah,
my butthole is puckering.
Yeah, so everybody, if you guys didn't know, I may have pissed some people off.
May have. Definitely did.
Like, all the peoples.
But the nice thing about that is we have so much fodder to read on the show.
We do have a lot of fodder.
Yeah. Weird.
A lot of fodder.
Here's what's weird. I didn't read the Paul Elliot self-defense mindset.
Yeah.
I didn't read that one article. I was going to get to it eventually when the, as he put it, Croiler well runs dry. I was going to use that.
Yes. Thank you.
So, yeah. Thanks, Paul. Appreciate it. So, I just read it today because the Croiler well ran dry today. So I'm like, I'll use that because it's pertinent. It's going to be great.
Yes.
And I read it, I'm like, it's exactly
what he
said.
Came at us with.
Yeah. I'm like, cool. So I'm going to read what he wrote you personally on the Flick Chat app.
Yeah,
because
that's
good.
Awesome.
That was good stuff. And then I'm going to get into what he wrote before we ever got into the striking in the BJJ.
Fun, dude.
That was great.
That was so much fun.
Yeah. I mean,
everybody was very concerned about me, though. Like, after everybody went off on me, I got a few messages.
Oh, you got
like,
them too,
You
huh?
all right?
Yeah.
Like, I don't give a shit.
I know it was mean, but it was warranted. Sort of sorry.
Well,
sorry,
Paul,
not sorry.
Paul, by the time he messaged me, had figured out that I kind of just baited fucking everything. Like, I'm just kind of was like, yeah, totally. Because really, here, let's get through sponsors. I'll tell you guys what I was actually talking about to lead off the episode.
Yeah. Self-defense, punching, Jiu Jitsu,
yes, yeah, we'll get into
sponsors.
That. Yeah, we got Top Mount Apparel, which we are super excited about.
Super.
We got something coming up pretty big with them. Not going to tell you yet.
We're not?
Nope.
Oh, okay. I'll shut my mouth then.
Because
I was going to tell.
Going back to your shit, we have housekeeping things to get done on that first. So we have to make decisions before that happens.
No, well, by we you mean you, right?
No, it's both of us.
Okay, I agree to whatever you want to do. So.
All right, now it's on me. All right, we're good. All right, perfect. But no, that's coming up. But definitely check them out. TopMountApparel.com. GD10 at checkout. Save yourself a few dollars. Great products. Great people. Regardless movement, get it done. He's actually going to write us a little bit about his experience with the Regardless experience.
Yeah, check out his website too.
Yeah, for sure. There's a whole little diatribe about if you click to the Regardless area, which everyone should go check it out. It's kind of cool. It has what it's about.
Right. Do it now while you're listening.
No, because then you're distracted from our wonderfulness.
Well, I mean, don't do it if you're driving.
Don't do that shit. yeah, do it while driving. Eating,
you're like, all right,
eating an
Paulie.
Egg McMuffin. And then we got beautiful tap tape, and that is available. I checked it on Amazon myself.
Oh, go Mikey.
So go get some. Mikey was actually reaching out to me.
Nice.
Things are looking up for him.
Good.
Things are starting to come around for him.
So glad to hear it.
That's awesome to hear. But yeah, he's with Tap Tape. He creates our coasters.
Oh, yes. I'm going to undo the coaster.
Yeah. We have the same coasters. Yep, coaster. I took one home to go on my gi when I get my Top Mount gi.
Nice.
Super excited.
Excellent.
It's going to have tap tape on it.
Oh, there you go.
No, just tap tape. I'm just going to tape the
fuck just going to tape it, right.
Yeah.
You should do like the Ultimate Warrior and just tape the biceps.
Fuck yeah.
Dude,
really show off these
get some fringes.
Blacko guns.
Right. Well, if you tie them tight enough, it'll make them look like
it'll
they're
look
there.
like I have veins.
There you go.
Yeah, not good. But yeah, best tape out there. Definitely get some. Leave a review. You'll love it. We love it. They're working on new adhesive, so it's going to stick even better, even though I thought it stuck pretty good myself.
Yep.
So, but yeah, get the tape, get the tap.
Do it.
Do it now. And then we got Croiler Gracie. That dude's coming in third today just because I like to flip-flop him every once in a while.
There you go.
But definitely check him out on Just Jiu Jitsu podcast.
Yeah, I beat him up a little bit on team training Saturday.
Yeah, I saw it a little differently, but that's okay.
Bro, I don't know what match you were looking at, but I kind of laid the smack down on him, if I'm honest.
Oh, just like you did Claude?
I don't want to talk about that.
Claude beat the fuck out of you. Holy shit. Claude's a brown belt. Just got his first stripe on his brown belt. Yeah, fuck
when?
yeah. I don't know, but it was on the fucking post. I just saw it.
Oh, I didn't see that.
Yeah, congrats,
Oh,
sir.
good job.
And but yeah,
He probably got that for the SPD.
yeah, fuck yeah. He's like, wow, way to beat the shit out of Paul. Here's a stripe.
Here's how this happened. Croyler says, all right, when you roll with Paul, do not take it easy. Just rail him. Just run through him like a hot knife through butter, as Paul says all the time, way too much.
Yeah, you really.
And then you do that. You make him feel really bad about himself and jiu-jitsu. I'll give you a stripe.
Yeah, it's probably what it was.
And, hey, mission accomplished, I guess.
He fucked you up.
I think I pouted all the way home. I'm like, I thought I could, do something.
Well, Claude's a different beast, though. He's also the complete opposite of what you need to roll against. He's good at jiu-jitsu.
Yeah, well, look.
But he's lanky. He attacks legs. He made you look really funny.
Look, here's the thing. I understand that he's better than me. I understand that he's a brown belt, and I'm not even a purple belt yet. I get there's a difference there. I understand that he's Croyler's training buddy. It's different. Still hurt my feelings because
still hurt.
I put a lot of time and effort in jiu-jitsu, and I thought maybe I could at least kind of stop some stuff and things, make it a decent roll, a little back and forth. I knew I'd lose. I knew he'd get the better of me and dominate to a point.
Not as efficiently as he did.
But what he did is made me look like a little baby.
Yeah, he might as well have cradled you.
Yeah.
He
and
really
just kind of softly petted my head as I couldn't move.
Yeah, maybe the comptroller. I think he could have pulled it off.
Yeah, because I rolled with Vic just before that. And Vic is way cooler than Claude, and here's why.
He didn't make you feel like shit
while
whooping you?
Yeah. Well, he whooped me, but in a kinder, gentler fashion where he kind of let me do stuff and things.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I feel like I'm getting somewhere. I'm really not, though.
Yeah, no.
Where Claude was like, watch this.
You're going backwards in your jiu-jitsu.
He's like, hey, try to pass my guard.
Fucking dick.
I'm trying really hard.
All right, well, we're going to move past your fucking hatred of yourself.
Fair.
But he did do some great private beforehand, because he did a private with a few of our listeners, actually.
Steve and Dan, nice.
Yep, both. They said it was amazing, just little things on how things should actually work. Very cool. So he goes from basic. Those guys are both just white belts.
Mm-hmm.
So
white belts need help, too.
They do. They need a ton of help, just like I do. I'm a blue belt that doesn't know where he's going.
No, there's a question about you in the Flick Chat app.
Is there?
Yeah. I'm going to read it after.
Is it insulting?
Oh, yeah. Well, it's going to be when I do it. It wasn't insulting.
Oh.
I'm gonna add the insult. I'm gonna add the insult myself. Yeah.
I like it. I like it.
Just wait for it.
Keep it fresh.
Remind me if I forget, as I often do.
Oh, I might forget.
Weren't you supposed to give me some shit?
Yeah, weren't you supposed to be an asshole to me?
Yeah, hold on, let me find it.
You'll never find it.
But yeah, like you were saying, Croyler is an excellent personal trainer, if you will.
He's his private sessions are amazing. We love them. We've done a number of them. Paul's done more than I have, and he keeps stealing my wife, which is bad. But that's okay.
She's getting good, bro.
But his seminars are amazing. Everything's amazing about his coaching style. His personality, rest of it, really good.
If you want to know about his personality, just hop on Just Jiu-Jitsu podcast, which he is like
the lively banter
of,
or the lack of.
Thank God for Andrew. We have an Andrew.
We have an Andrew fan
club on our Flick Chat app, so get on that.
Oh, man, William's awesome. He's nice to know. And did you catch that? William, the dude that came in just hot and blazing when he came on?
Oh, yeah.
Making fun of me. He fucking just laid into Andrew immediately.
Nice.
Into Jiu Jitsu podcast. Oh, it's great. Good job, sir.
Best fans ever.
Yeah, we love them. Yeah. So.
And
I'm trying to
wrapping it up.
Where do we work out again?
Ah, boy.
I haven't been there in so long.
I know. You should forget.
I should. That's why
you don't even know how to get there anymore.
No. It's in Grand Rapids, right?
Somewhere, yeah.
All right.
Sort of.
Right off 31?
Outskirts.
Yeah, Byron Center.
Yep.
Yeah. But Black Line Jiu-Jitsu with Chad Pomeroy.
Come get some.
Come get some from Paul, not from me.
Yep,
I am not there.
I can do the rolls.
Yeah. I can't.
Old man rolls. That means not quite a flow roll, but
don't hurt Paul.
Yeah, don't hurt me.
Yeah, that's pretty much all I chant to people. Don't hurt Paul.
Please,
I need that guy. Don't hurt Paul.
we can't both be broke. What are we going to talk about?
Well, we're going to talk about sitting on the couch.
Right. We're going to talk about watching jiu-jitsu. We'll have to be that podcast that talks about fights and stuff.
No, there's Grappler Rewind.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
We'll have to steal their shit. Be like, sorry, guys.
Sorry, guys. We're more entertaining.
You're like, how dare you? Just kidding. You're great.
Just kidding. Accurate.
Double down.
They seem like really nice guys, cool, by the way. So, totally different venue than us, really.
Yeah.
Just happens to be on the same sport. But anyways, Chad Palmer, come check us out, Grand Rapids, Michigan. Right by an old Kmart that's now dead.
Oh, but they're putting a Planet Fitness in next door, though.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Hey,
I don't know why they just
no judgment. I don't know.
I'm joining just for Pizza Mondays.
Yeah, that doesn't make any fucking sense.
Weird. So
one of the most unhealthy things for you on the planet. Oh yeah. Pizza Monday.
I got a guy at work that goes, and he goes, people will get their pizza and go sit at the machines to eat when I'm trying to work out. He's like, it's the most maddening.
Can you move your greasy piece of shit out of my way so I can fucking lift?
Pretty much.
That's so funny.
I still want my pizza, though, so I'm going to join.
Evidently, you can go there naked. No
Can't
judgment,
judge
Joe.
Yeah.
No judgment.
I wonder how far you can take that.
Well, a guy tried. He tried going in there naked.
And what happened?
FYI, didn't work.
They're going to judge you a little bit on that.
They judge you a little bit. They let the police come.
Really?
Shocker.
Did he point to the sign? No judgment. You can't do this. I'm in a judgment-free zone. It's a safe space.
There's judgment, then there's, indecent exposure. There's levels.
Yeah, I suppose.
But, yeah, definitely.
I'm going to work out in a gi.
Definitely come check us out. Chad's got a lot of stuff to, teach you. Come check her out. But onto the show.
So, last week, you had the unpopular opinion.
Oh, it was so much fun.
Of, I don't want striking in Jiu Jitsu because I'm too old to get punched in the face, and that's stupid, and I don't want it.
Okay, so that was the gist of it from the outside, but that's not even what I was talking about. I was talking about the one article that, the guy, like, to get your next belt, you have to basically roll, but just get punched by a guy in gloves. So
you were taking it as it's a gauntlet, and it's causing physical damage, kind of like being
essentially,
beat by a belt.
And that's all I was talking about, though. You know what I mean? That's really all I was talking about.
I feel like you're backpedaling, but go on.
I wasn't. Go back and listen, you fucker.
Oh, I have.
And no, but all I was really trying to talk about was just taking strikes as that's the only way. Like, you have to be able to take strikes to be able to get your next belt. And that was the only part I was like, I just don't feel like getting punched in the face. Now, I wasn't saying that jiu-jitsu doesn't need self-defense. I don't know where that came from.
When you said it's just an art.
It's called a martial art.
What?
Yes.
But you said it's an art.
Oh, sorry. I forgot a fucking word.
Yeah, you did, though. But it made a difference. And now I come across
and everybody flipped out. I'm like, good Lord. God, people, obviously, it's a self-defense-based martial art.
They lost their minds, rightfully so, and I thought it was great.
Rightfully so. Fuck off, Paul. This shit was funny as hell.
It's my show, too, and I'm having fun, so.
I thought it was fun. I don't care.
That was fun.
I can make dumb opinions.
To be fair, you did have people on your side to a point, because they're like, I don't like getting punched in my face either.
Well, Paul even said
that.
Yeah, he's like, I don't like being punched.
Yeah, we're reading all Paul's shit right now.
Yeah.
And he goes on to say that stuff. But you're not in the only camp that goes, I don't do it for self-defense. Yeah, and I respect that, because I don't do it for self-defense either. But I understand that.
Yeah, so do I. But people kind of made the leap from like me just saying I don't like being punched. I don't think it's necessary for me to go to my blue belt for me to know how to not get punched in the face by gloves repeatedly. Like, yeah, should I be able to defend off things because of self-defense I've been taught through the Gracie system? Yeah. But guess what? I do. But it wasn't one of those things where I'm like, I'm standing here. Oh, look, now I'm just getting punched by 37 people.
Yeah.
If
it's a gauntlet thing, like you just get your ass kicked and punched in the face to get your blue belt. No, I don't need that. Yeah. But I do believe that you should learn how to do self-defense. No,
which I agree, which I totally agree, but I don't think the extent that one school was doing was for me. That's all really.
That's fair.
That's all it was. Fair. But I never said that jiu-jitsu doesn't need self-defense.
Fair. Can we agree that people out there do agree that that's bullshit? I don't need the self-defense. It's stupid. I
guarantee there is.
Okay.
I guarantee
so there's a lot of those people that are like, that's stupid. I don't need it. I don't want it.
Yes.
It's dumb. Okay.
Yeah, totally agree.
So this episode is for those people then. I'm going to lump you in with this because you started it.
Oh, I don't mind. Okay. I'll just jump back on the bandwagon. I don't care. Fuck it.
So I'm going to start out with the what we got on the Flick Chat app from Paul, and then I'll go into his article that he wrote before this
all
happened.
happened.
Right. All right.
The incident. We'll just call it the incident.
I like it. I like it. The incident number 1.
Oh, so great.
Check. All right.
So great.
All right. Kip, it's an art. That's what you said.
I know. Sorry, I missed a word.
Edit what he should have said. It's a martial, all capitals, art. Edit what he should have really, really said. It's a self-defense martial art. Okay, Kip, buckle up. Literally, the last thing I wrote on simplebjj.com is about self-defense and jiu-jitsu. Go read it. Self-defense is a state of mind. I just read that today, and so will you, as allegedly. Not even allegedly.
Yeah, what the fuck was that?
Yeah, I'm just reading it, and you're going to listen, I guess?
Yeah, you're going to hear it?
Statement. End quote. Full stop.
Good job. Proud of you.
Moving on. It is a profound disservice to yourself and others to ignore striking or to pretend that you can ignore self-defense training in jiu-jitsu. I'd like to put it another way besides you're an idiot.
That was a little mean.
This is harsh.
It's a little mean. Cut to the bone.
Because I don't want to be mean. Too late. But I'm having a little trouble coming up with a short statement. I'm just going to have to pull out the jiu-jitsu.
Does he ever come up with a short statement? Let's be honest.
So far, no. He writes novelettes.
Yes. On the Flick Chat.
Dude, it's really impressive.
Oh, no.
If we're honest.
It's really nice.
Yeah.
And I love the stuff that he writes, but don't try to... I'll try to... this is out of the norm that I'm writing this long diatribe. No, it's not.
Normal. Yeah. I, for one, appreciate it.
I do, too.
And I appreciate the fact that he got his computer keyboard hooked up to the
Fuck
phone.
yeah, dude.
It's pretty sweet.
Only that dude would do that.
It's pretty sweet. All right. I'm just going to have to pull out the jiu-jitsu sledgehammer. I'm even going to turn everything you think is in your favor against you. Very jiu-jitsu of you. For a moment, let's pretend that there is no striking or striking defense in jiu-jitsu. Let's pretend that jiu-jitsu is strictly a sport pajama submission grappling. It's not that big of a leap. But
I was going to say, that's more of a trip, and look over there.
This means that high up on the list of dangerous things you have to deal with from any particular position is a person's grips. Grappling grips. Get it? Their hands are very important for achieving a wide variety of goals. Not necessarily the most important thing to worry about, but very high on the list of things you need to take seriously. That's a fair statement. One that I haven't thought about until he wrote it, but good
fair
stuff.
Enough.
All right.
Fair enough.
This implies that if you don't restrict their ability to use their hands, you are likely going to be controlled and submitted more than if you do control their hands in some way. Not only that, but if you don't control their hands, they are going to have a far easier time defending your attempts at control and submission. It's a two-way street, which is true, because usually whoever dominates the grips dominates the fight. Is what I've
for
noticed.
sure.
So when I'm watching EBI and Fight to Win and all that, it's they grip fight way more than me, which makes me think I probably should grip fight more, because they put a lot of effort into that, and I just let them grab whatever they want and then try my own stuff.
Oh, see, I don't. I grip fight.
I grip fight to a point, but I usually just try to be better at them than what they're trying to do to me. But I got to quit that. So I think I think that's a failing in my own jiu-jitsu.
Yeah, I take mostly what they give me. During grip fighting, like I'm gonna when I get the better position, then I really sink in.
I've actually been not because of this, but I've been trying to do that more lately. But I think I got to do more of that. That's actually a very good point. All right, let's pretend also that you like your neck and want to protect it. Wouldn't it be a jolly idea to keep your opponent's hands away from your neck? Okay, here's the big leap for you. If they can touch your face, then they can get an excellent grip on your gi collar. We'll even pretend your fantasy island is devoid of no gi. That's not my fantasy island. That's my truth and my world.
That's where we live.
Yeah,
the compound right here.
Yeah.
Gi free is it's a gi only zone.
I explained trying to do no gi with Jamal.
Yeah,
yuck.
That went real well.
It's just one, ew.
Yeah, ew.
Two,
ew,
yeah.
Ew.
I'm pulling hair if I don't have a gi, so whatever, deal with it.
I grab hair and balls. That's pretty much what I do.
Whatever's dangling, I'm grabbing. You've been warned. All right. They have big boxing gloves, MMA gloves, bare knuckles, open palms, or fuzzy pink feathers. If they can make contact with your face and by extension your neck, your sport pajama submission grappling is lacking. A strike to the face is a proxy for you made a mistake. A fast strike or repeated strike to the face means you should have caught the problem earlier when you had more time to prepare for it. A slow face feather tickle.
What?
I mean, if there's no strikes, you do it with feathers.
Yeah.
He's proving a point in a weird way. A slow face feather tickle means you allowed your opponent to isolate your defenses away from your face. Either way, you ignored one of your opponent's primary weapons in your land of make-believe.
Okay.
Your hands by your face.
Thank you.
There's a trend. I'm not sure if you're noticing or not.
I might be catching on to something.
No recreational practitioner wants to get hit in the face or get choked, of course. Well, normal ones. Yeah, there's the people out there that like that.
Yeah, there's a lot of people. I used to like getting hit when I was doing boxing. I really did. Until a really big motherfucker hit me, and I'm like, yeah, I'm seeing shit.
Getting hit in the face isn't bad until you get hit in the face by somebody that knows how to hit you in the face.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
And there's a vast difference.
Oh, it's a big difference.
Yeah.
Oh, your head snaps so differently when someone knows what they're doing.
I'd rather be cold cocked by a layman than like a good stiff jab for somebody that knows how to do a good stiff jab.
Dude, that snaps your head.
Oh, it hurts.
Like you can feel the back of your head touch your shoulder blades. Yeah. It's like, oh, what the hell just happened to me?
Yeah, when I started Jiu Jitsu in my basement, don't judge me, we did a lot of ground and pound, right? So we got the little MMA gloves on, and it's kind of like Jamal does, you know?
Yeah.
I do it for
controlled.
MMA for fighting.
Yeah. His is to escape, get a striking posture. It's pretty awesome to watch, actually,
right.
The way Jamal does it.
Yep.
UFC coming up.
Hard
Check
to
it
do.
out.
I think I explained on the show we had Trevor on, who's a Muay Thai guy. Yeah. Trevor Morris, cage fighter extraordinaire.
Yeah.
Knew jiu-jitsu, but he just wasn't extraordinary at it.
No.
But when we did the ground and pound, put gloves on and went at it, dude, it's a different world.
It really is, man. Especially, he had power. That dude was what, like 5'4", 5'5"?
Yeah, it was snappy.
And he had some power. Yeah. It's kind of fun.
The nice thing is that I was able to mitigate most everything, but if I just let something slip a little bit and didn't have it tight, it hurt too.
Yeah.
And I think he was being nice. I don't know.
Oh, I think
I'm assuming he was being nice.
He had pretty good control. I'm pretty sure if he wanted to hurt you worse, he would have really hit you.
So that's where I'm kind of on board of like, I see the appeal, and I even enjoy it to a point if somebody has enough control to not hurt me.
Yeah.
If I get a headache after I'm done, I'm like, come on, man. Like, I know it's important, but I also have to work the next day. And
you mean you're a hobbyist?
Weird, huh?
Yeah.
So I get it. I get your point totally.
Okay. Paul doesn't. Paul didn't get it.
All right. Yeah. Well, normal ones. Yeah. If you give strikes the respect they deserve, your sport jiu-jitsu capability will be greater, and you will build automatic habits. Enjoy your habits. That will help your self-defense in the unlikely case that you have to defend yourself or your family and friends against strikes outside of the academy.
I just pushed my wife in the way.
Yeah, I throw my children at the attacker.
Yeah, is that a problem? I don't see an issue.
I read an article, and I forget what kind of animal it was, but the animal throws their young ones at the predator to run away. It's like the world's worst moms.
Oh.
It's like, you think you're a bad parent? At least you don't do this. I'm like, there's an animal that does that? That's weird.
It's fucking terrible,
Yeah,
isn't
it's terrible.
Funny, really.
It made me sad.
It made me sad. Poor baby dying.
I know, I didn't like it. All right. Viewed properly, there are no downsides to training strike defense in BJJ. If someone has ambition to eventually teach jiu-jitsu to adults or children, then it is downright crime to not have knowledge and skill with strike defense. I use various elements of strike defense in regular sport training. As an example, when unsure of where a strike is coming from, I can find their shoulder easily. Then work my way out to the elbow quickly to block the strike. I use the same technique during stand-up and groundwork as a way of monitoring the arm and blocking hands from getting near my neck. If someone has a deep cross-collar grip, I control the second hand at virtually all costs using strike defense techniques. It's as if they are holding a knife in the hand, and letting it get anywhere near my body is going to kill me. You take that way seriously, dude.
Yeah, I was going to say, I'm kind of scared.
It's probably why he's a black belt and we're going, that's cute.
It's adorable. Why do you do that?
Yeah. Makes sense, though.
No, it does. Yep. It really does.
All right. The more seriously you take the threat of a hand or weapon getting near your face and neck, the better your sport jiu-jitsu will be. A strike forces you to take that situation more seriously. But you can train effective self-defense by letting your partner know that a light touching of your face is a goal of theirs from any position.
I boop noses. Is that what we're talking about?
That's actually not a bad idea.
Because I boop noses.
Yeah.
Boop.
including inside the guard. I'd favor slapping you silly, but you can elect for a lighter touch. This I get, and I was actually on board with, if you have the big boxing gloves on, I don't like that because there's no realism at all. You just grab that and they're screwed.
Well, and that's what happens. You just grab the gloves, or you put it under your arm.
Right.
Which is just a natural thing to do, is putting your arm. They're not getting it back without taking their hand out of the glove.
So I like it for, let's say, we'll go with white belts, right? I like it for white belts because it's easy for them, and if they don't have control, if the person wearing the gloves doesn't have control, you're not getting hurt as bad because they're like big pillows.
Oh, if it's those big 16-ounce.
Yeah. So, all right, I kind of get it for very untrained people. But as you learn to control your punches and you learn jiu-jitsu, I think moving down to the MMA gloves would be a big help. You have to have control and a lot of it.
You
and I understand
have a lot of it because there's not a lot on those gloves.
Right. So to be fair, like if Trevor or any cage fight, anybody that does cage fighting professionally or even amateur like Jamal, he doesn't need gloves and he could do the same thing. And I know I'd be safe. Like
I wouldn't worry about him at all.
Yeah, he could just slap the shit out of me and do light punches into the ribs or whatever.
Yeah, I would trust him completely.
Yeah, I would trust him completely. For sure. So, but you have to build up to that. So I think
he's also going to be on the UFC. So
it's gonna be fun.
Yeah.
So
23rd July.
So there's levels to
Plus. Get it. Get it.
Be the hype man.
It's a friend of the show. Friend of the show.
Somebody goes, a side tangent. Have you had Jamal on your show yet? I'm like, I would, but you know what's fun is going, hey, when you win your next fight, I'll have you on. So then he wins his next fight. I'm like, well, your next fight's for the title, right? He's like, yeah. So, okay, when you get the title, I'll have you on. So then he gets the title. He's like, bro. I'm like, anybody can win a title.
It's mostly just timing.
Anybody can win a title. I'm like, when you defend your title for the first time, so then he, does that. And then I'm like, all right, when you fight for the UFC, we'll have you. So he's like,
pretty sure he'll have a lot bigger people to talk to by that point.
By the time I'm done screwing with him, he'll be like, I don't need you no more. Well, not that he needs me, but you get it. It's funny.
It's funny, but yeah, it's more of a timing thing.
It is.
It's just he wants to come later, and it's just not going to work.
Yeah. He has the 28-year-old schedule.
Well, he's got the fighter schedule. So it's just train.
Yep.
No matter what time of day it is.
I'd actually like to have him on. He'd be fun.
He would be. He's a
super
great
funny.
Guy.
Yeah, I love that guy. I lost my spot.
Good.
But you can elect for a later touch. Yes, there are scenarios where ignoring striking gives you more efficient sport paths, but there are very few compared to the countless scenarios that benefit from incorporating strike defense and awareness. That's very fair. Like De La Riva, X-Guard, stuff like that. Like, you're probably not going to use that in a street fight.
De La Riva lines you right up for a good solid friggin' straight to the right, right to the face.
Not sure how deep half would work, but
deep half would probably suck too because you're even closer.
I tell you what, I like leg locks for street self-defense because I seen that one in the Ryan Hall made it work really well. I get it's Ryan Hall.
So little difference there.
Hold on, but wait, there's more.
Oh.
You've seen the basketball fight where the purple belt heel hooked a dude
hilarious.
And says, if you keep on doing this, I'm going to tear your knee apart.
Yep.
And that was a purple belt. So, he was the other guy couldn't do nothing, nowhere near his face. I mean, you're on the other end of his body.
Yeah, but you have to be able to, you miss that though.
All right.
That's where the issue comes in. If you miss it, which on a layman, you probably wouldn't miss it.
It'd be hard to miss.
Yeah. It would flail about, but yeah.
Yeah, maybe that wouldn't be my go-to, but I'm like, well,
it would work like a motherfucker.
Yeah, I don't know.
Because you can feel it. If let's say if you guys haven't seen that video, they're playing basketball, they get in a little tussle. Purple belt's like, "Fuck you, I'm not gonna punch you," and he just rolls to a fucking knee.
Oh, yeah.
and he's like, just sitting there looking at him, and he says, "I'm gonna tear your knee apart if you want to fight. I'm gonna tear your knee apart." And the guy literally doesn't want to let go, so you see the purple belt kind of twist a little, and then he's like, "Yeah, we're good."
yeah, exactly. I thought it was really good.
You win.
I'm like, yeah. Like all fights, right? It probably didn't need to escalate that way.
Yeah.
The purple belt was being a dick, just like the other guy.
Oh,
They were
both
being assholes.
For sure.
But the point is, leg locks work in a street fight.
They did.
So, the dads, grapplingdads.com, or Flick Chat, what's your opinion of using go-to leg locks
as a
self-defense
street fight?
That's what I want the next argument to be about, because I'm team leg locks for self-defense.
I'm too old to fight.
Let's say you get attacked on a basketball court and your ego just can't handle it.
What ego? I lost that shit a while ago. When Morgan stole my soul, she took my ego with it.
This is true.
Healthy, speedy recovery. She fucked up her shoulder at the tournament.
Oh, no.
And she had a tournament up in Gladwin. Yeah, she got fucking...
What happened?
She was basing out. From what I understand, she based out, and it just fucking locked up, and she either tore or sprained, fucked up some ligament, which you know and I know.
Oh, yeah.
Fucking hurts.
If it's a ligament, it's like 9 months, too.
Yeah, so hopefully she's okay.
Surgery or
no, it doesn't sound like it.
That's good.
Sounds like a shit ton of PT.
That's all I've ever done is PT. And I might not be the best example.
No, you're not.
She'll do better than me, I'm sure. I hope.
She will.
She's still better than me.
She's tougher than you.
She can use a sling and still kick my butt. So
more than likely, yes.
Yeah.
Probably be good training for her.
Right.
Let's fuck us up with one hand.
Exactly.
Sweet.
I understand the desire to ignore and avoid striking. However, you might as well punch yourself in the face because that desire is misplaced and you are literally hurting your understanding and application of BJJ. Every time he says BJJ, I'm going to use jits.
Jits.
The jits.
Gotta love the jits. Curler's fucking skin crawls every time.
He just turned it off. He's like, I'm done.
Every time you say jits, a Curler's skin crawls. Jits.
Funny enough, I'm not a fan of training striking. Like Kip, I don't want to be hit in the head at all. And if you train offensive striking, you're going to get hit in the head. Just like if you train judo or wrestling, you're going to get thrown on the floor. I don't do that either.
Yeah.
You know, it's funny because I'm on board with everything he's saying, but I'm also like, hey, you're doing throwing? I'm out.
Yeah. Like Nate's the nicest dude ever. Nate DeCamp.
Yeah.
He's a judo guy in Kalamazoo, which is south of us. And one of Croyler's schools. Mm-hmm. And he walks, I'm just like, dude, you were so nice. And I'm like, in my head, I'm like, I'm never doing your class.
No.
Your class is probably awesome. I've heard
wonderful
awesome stuff about him and how he coaches and everything. And I'm just like, I'm never doing that.
No.
I just don't want to get thrown.
Yeah, Croyler advocates for it all the time. Like, hey, we have a
really
good resource.
That.
Use the resource. I'm going, no. Well, they have Grant, too, which is a high-level wrestler. And I guess he's a great teacher as well.
Yeah, that's all I've heard is great things about both those guys.
Yeah, I won't be taking his class either.
Nice to know you.
Yeah, I'm glad to train with you.
I'll see you at team trainings.
We'll go out to eat sometime. It'll be fun. Yeah.
Oh, yeah. And the next team training, I have the fucking day off again. Can't do it, but once again, I have the day off.
Nice. That's coming up.
27th.
Yeah, quick.
Yeah.
Weird. Yeah. Right. Judo or wrestling, negative Ghost Rider. When I first started Jiu Jitsu, the academy had a good MMA program, and I trained a little until virtually identical words as Kips came out of my mouth. Then I focused exclusively on sport Jiu Jitsu and groaned every time striking or self-defense came up. So at least he gets it. Yeah. I think we all have that idea. Like, I just don't like it.
I don't want to be hit.
Yeah. As soon as I got more experience and high-level instruction, and especially, he uses especially right in the correct manner.
Yeah, I know. You mentioned that every time he says especially.
You should take note. In high-level instruction, and especially as I started teaching more, I appreciated the foundations of BJJ more and more, even when applied to strictly friendly, recreational sport jiu-jitsu. Now I tell all the aspiring fighters they should be a blue belt before fighting in a cage, and I tell the sport people to learn self-defense to improve their recreational jiu-jitsu faster. The foundational principles of BJJ are sound for any context.
Yes.
So,
agree.
Yep, agreed. That was the entire Flick Chat app. I'm not sure if we have any rebuttals to that. That's pretty good stuff.
No.
I'd love to shit all over it, but I'm like...
Well, he admitted to being kind of in my camp in the sense that, you don't want to get punched in the face. And then he was much more accurate when he brought up the self-defense
Yeah.
aspect of it.
No, I agree. But it's nice to know that he's in the same camp. Like, he has the same, I don't like self-defense.
Yeah.
But if you do it right, that's just going to make everything else
better.
Yeah. So, yeah,
Oh,
agreed.
yeah. Love it. Good base. Got it.
So, speaking of self-defense, what we're going to read is...
How long is this friggin' beast?
You know, it's actually not long.
I'm just
Not long
wondering.
at all.
I just want to know things.
It's
Do we have other stuff to cover off the Flick Trap app later?
a little bit.
A little bit?
Yep.
A little bit. Okay.
I was supposed to give you crap. Yeah, I remember now.
No, you don't.
Yep, I did. But I thought I forgot.
No, you don't. You don't know what you're doing.
All right,
No,
so he goes on to say in his article about a self-defense mindset.
Okay.
I was walking down the street by myself, and I noticed someone look at me as they were walking towards me. The guy abruptly turned around, and in about 10 steps had made a comment to a second guy. The second guy made eye contact, and the first thing that came to mind is to pay attention to people who are paying attention to you. As I passed, he turned and started walking next to me. It was a crowded street, and he wasn't within arm's reach, so I wasn't too concerned for my safety. But I maintained him in my sight, and after 20 paces or so, I glanced back to be sure the first guy wasn't following. It turned out the guy walking next to me just wanted to sell me stuff. That's always good, right?
Shocker. Not
Shocker.
pissing
Weird,
off at
huh?
all.
Yeah. But he did not make his intentions clear fast enough, and he walked alongside me for far too long. Fortunately, he finally gave up, told me to have a nice night, and turned around.
That's a weird story.
It was so anticlimactic.
Yeah, no. I'm like, oh, what's going to happen? What's going to happen? Have a nice evening.
I really wanted him to get
What?
punched in the face and tell you, like, you know.
I don't even know if he needed to be punched, but some kind of confrontation.
Yeah, some
Not
kind of attack.
just, you got me, bro.
Yeah.
Have a good night.
Not,
What?
not, I got a little nervous. And then he tried to sell me flowers.
I got some butterflies, and he's like, hey, would you like a flower for your beautiful girlfriend?
I got Rolexes, $20. You never bought a $20 Rolex before? Come on.
No.
You haven't lived.
No, I've had many, many things offered, like products to me. Funnest one was I was going downtown Chicago, taking a friend of mine into town when I was living in Chicago, just outside of Chicago. And I'm driving in, and this dude, I just felt like a Comedy Central skit because he runs up to my window and goes, "You want some tube socks?"
Tube socks?
I'm like, no, I don't.
Wow.
It's just running around with tube socks.
Weird.
Trying to sell tube socks.
Speaking of Chicago,
Window to window.
my engineer went to Chicago over the weekend, and he goes, I've never been offered so much cocaine in my entire life. He goes, I went out
Really?
to a couple of clubs, and I'm dancing.
Well, yeah. Oh, God, yeah.
And he goes, yeah, these people would come in and just start saying cocaine, 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 and then they'd get kicked out. He goes, so we leave the bar, and we're walking down to the next bar or whatever.
Yeah.
And,
Probably on Rush Street.
and everybody is just cocaine, 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 all the way. Yeah, everywhere he went, he's like, holy crap. Like, so how much you buy? He's like, well, all of it. Until I ran out of money.
It was such a great sales pitch.
Yeah. He goes, yeah, they just say cocaine, cocaine. I'm like, oof.
That's weird.
Yeah, you're not really selling it to me, bro.
Big city shit.
Right?
Get your sales pitch on.
Exactly. Learn how to do
you
that.
want something that makes your teeth numb?
Right? It'd be fine.
And a jolt of energy?
Just put it in your coffee. It'll be great. All right. After the encounter, I made a mental checklist of what went right, what went wrong, and what I would change for the next time.
Well, I would change that you thought that a person trying to sell you something was trying to assault you.
Yeah, I can't believe you didn't punch him right in the face,
Yeah,
dude.
just go right to it, man.
Yeah,
Fuck
yeah.
it.
You know, it would have been a better story.
Yeah, way better.
I mean, dick move, but...
Well, you got me, bro. Have a good night.
Right.
What?
It was fine to answer friendly questions that had obvious answers. I don't want to be a jerk to random people. It was not good to reveal any...
He just wants to be a jerk to me.
Right. Well, we're not random.
It's true.
Yeah.
It's very true.
It was not good to reveal any other information about my reasons for being there or who I was with. It would have been better to just say, hey, I'm sorry, but I'm just minding my own business and out for a walk. It may have been a busy street, but an extended walk created more opportunities for unforeseen situations. It would have been better to stop at a time of my choosing and dictate the surroundings to my liking if I was going to engage in any talk at all. While having my hands up in a conversational, self-defense ready fashion wasn't likely necessary, it would arguably have been better, and it did illuminate that I should never walk down the street with my hands in my pockets. After
they think you have money and you can buy things.
Maybe.
Cocaine.
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 That's what he was looking for. He's like, I just wanted cocaine. I didn't want tube socks. Where do I got to go for the cocaine?
That's an issue. It's a
Right?
real issue in today's world.
After disengaging, I should have visually confirmed sooner that the person had truly given up and was not following from a distance or from across the street. All good stuff. So,
I'm just so oblivious. Like, just hearing his story, I'm like, man, am I oblivious to shit.
Well, here's the thing: we can be oblivious.
Oblivious.
I wasn't even reading. That's just my. That's just my
just
shit.
words from his brain.
Right. Bam. So subsequently awesomer. Being a man, it's easy to be oblivious. Like we can just be oblivious, and it probably isn't going to matter.
Yeah, for the most part.
So if you and I are in a parking garage and there's a group of 5 dudes, we don't care. We just walk by them, get in our car, and go home.
Yeah.
But if you're a woman, you can't have that same thought pattern. You just can't do it. Not if you're smart.
Which is such shit.
It is such shit.
It's true, and it's not that the woman couldn't defend themselves, for sure. It's what we're saying is they have to have that thought.
It's the mindset that he's talking about.
Yeah,
like,
they have to have that mindset.
So the same mindset that he's thinking I could have done better at, everybody should do this.
Yeah,
and I think
agree.
especially women should do this. And
women, this should be totally a thing when women.
But I think it is
I
anyway.
think
That's just part of their world.
I think that's what they do. Because my wife realized that somebody was following her at a store.
Oh, I forgot about that creepy man.
Yeah, they were staring at my daughter.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then my daughter was just being me and pointing him out like, he's still there.
Yeah.
It's going to point at him. He's right there.
Good for her.
Hell yeah.
But, yeah, I think this mindset everybody should have, though.
Yeah, I agree.
Man or woman.
Yep.
All right. None of this was stressful. It was purely analytic from start to finish. Next time, I'll incorporate the lessons I learned from this encounter and reinforce the things I did right. This mirrors what happens every time I spar on the jiu-jitsu mats. Mistakes of any scale are analyzed, actions that help me are optimized, and it's a constant process of evolving my response to any situation. Good information. So we can all do a little bit of that because we've all had those just encounters, confrontations, because we don't go to clubs and stuff, so we have very few of them. I understand that. But like kids' softball games when somebody's being an absolute douche, and you have to say something like, "Hey man, they're kids. Like settle down. Don't swear in front of my kids."
I've said that to a number of parents.
Yeah.
Especially when I was a coach.
Yeah, I've done that.
I was a coach. I had to turn around and be like, "That's enough."
Right.
Like I'm treating you like a child. Yes.
Yep. That's a good point. So if you're a coach of any sort, you're going to deal with the angry parents.
Oh, for
like
sure.
If you're a referee or
umpire. Oh my God, I'm sorry for all of you.
So that's the thing. Like you go to the parking lot and somebody's following you, you really need to be aware.
Oh yeah,
because there's some crazy people out there that take that shit way too seriously.
Yes.
Yeah. So I'm sure people get in fights all the time. And that's just one of those random things where, hey, look, I'm not going to the bar. I'm not getting drunk. Mm-hmm. I'm a 40-year-old man just trying to help out some kids and be a coach. You're not stepping up, but you want to fight me? That's one of those scenarios where, like, yeah, you're not looking for a fight. You're in no way, shape, or form in anywhere that should be a fight. But, yeah, here you are with some asshole that wants to punch you in the face.
Well, I think a lot of people want to punch me in the face.
Oh, I do.
I would think.
Wrong thread. Sorry.
wrong thread. So I'm sorry. I was on a different one.
Moving on.
I love how there's a on the flick chapters. What is it called?
Kips.
Suck it
corner. Yeah, I like it. I like it. It's good stuff. I like reading it.
Oh, so I can throw one out. Side tangent. This is a quick one though.
Oh, go ahead.
What's that guy's name? Steve Hanna-Barbera or whatever the hell his name is.
That's close. Yeah.
And that fucker put Journey in the middle of his name. Don't think I didn't see that shit, asshole.
Yeah.
Steve Journey Hanna. Fuck off.
I like it. Well played, sir. Well played.
Actually, I giggled. It's
good.
fine.
Good. All right. Let's see. Above all, there is an enormous amount of security in knowing that without someone having a weapon on me, my jiu-jitsu gives them virtually zero chance of controlling or harming me. Unless they also know jiu-jitsu.
What?
Checkmate, Paul. Even if they have a weapon, I know the questions I must ask myself and what the answers mean for my actions. Jiu-jitsu and the style of thinking I get from it is what gives me calm in any situation short of a dire, life-threatening situation. Even in the worst-case scenarios, it gives me a huge advantage over someone else in that scenario who doesn't train. Who doesn't train is a big thing. But man, you don't know what people know.
That's very true.
And all this stuff is becoming more and more popular. So Yeah, that's kind of a big motivation to keep training, right? To keep on getting as good as you can. Because if you run it into a blue belt who happens to be an asshole, and not like my kind of an asshole, but like a real asshole, yeah, right? The bad kind,
the jerk kind.
Yeah, it's like, man, you really need to step up your game, continue training. That's why it's like a Jiu Jitsu lifestyle, right?
Oh, yeah.
Part of your life. Just it's what we do. It's constant training in case this bullshit comes and finds us.
That's not why we're doing it.
No, I do it because it's fun as shit.
Yeah.
But the point is,
it's out there.
It optimizes us for these kind of situations. Should they occur?
It does.
Yep.
Unless you're as bad at it as I am.
Oh, yeah.
Then all bets are off.
I don't want to say I'm highly trained because my jiu-jitsu is clearly mediocre. But I've been, I've done other martial arts. I've been around the block. Unquote. Yeah. Yeah, so I've done some Muay Thai classes. I've done a little bit of boxing, not as much as you. You just used to do that. So yeah, Tai Chi push hands is by far the most
Tai
deadly.
Chi, the most versatile.
I actually really enjoyed that. I don't care what anybody says.
Isn't that what Steve does? Steve Hanna, he did Thai something.
I think Ron too.
And Ron?
Yeah.
Really?
Yep.
Mans?
Mm-hmm.
Huh. Interesting.
Oh, speaking of which, he dropped a pro tip.
I know, I saw that shit.
So, yeah, we're going to get to that next couple of weeks here.
I liked it.
Yeah, it was good stuff.
It was good, actually.
Yeah. Old man grappling.
Ron's an old man like us.
He's an old man. He gets it.
Yeah, but he's a black belt.
and it's important because, like, you might be like Maserati. Like, I'm 18. I don't need this shit.
She's a badass.
Well, it seems like it's part of her life, right?
Yeah.
Like, you're not going to quit. Like,
no, she's a little bit of everything, it looks like.
Like, you're
cool.
She's a martial artist. I don't think she's going anywhere. Eventually, you're going to be an old martial artist. So pay attention to that show, Maserati, or I'll come get you.
Know who she reminds me of? Robert.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, Robert's the same way.
Oh,
he's just a lifelong martial artist, and he got into this, and he's into quite a few different martial arts.
Hell yeah, yes. He teaches Taekwondo at our gym right now. Another reason to come visit Blackline Jiu Jitsu.
Also a young man that will get old eventually, so...
You will be old, sir.
Pay attention, young Padawan. Yeah, Padawan's
such a good guy. He's a good guy.
Yeah, I like him. He's fun to roll with.
Maserati's awesome, too.
Totes. She's a 4-stripe, right?
Mm-hmm.
Nice.
She just got that not too long ago, actually.
Nice. All right. I have seen a lot of students express no desire to train self-defense. And after training for about 6 months, I had no desire to train it either. I don't frequent bars or put myself in situations that I consider dangerous, and self-defense training was taking me away from the stuff I used all the time for sport. Yet, jiu-jitsu is first and foremost a self-defense art. If you don't train the self-defense aspects, you are similar to the street fighter that thinks they can walk into a jiu-jitsu school and control the small dude with a blue belt. I was that guy. It really was.
I was that guy with a bucket hat on.
I feel great shame.
As well you should, sir.
Oh, yeah. When you are truly tested in a self-defense situation off the mats, you are taking unnecessary risks if you don't learn or if you don't train self-defense. So, yeah, that's where he gets into, I don't go to the bars, I don't do this, but he was just walking down the street and could have been a situation. Could have been a situation.
That stretch.
It's just, of course it is, but it happens. Like, people just go nuts, dude. Like, that's why we watch YouTube. That's all I watch on YouTube.
But we're not in Florida.
Hold on. But I visit Florida occasionally. I'm there for 2 weeks. Well, 1 week a year. Oh, that's funny.
That was really crazy people down there.
That was so accurate and appropriate.
Yeah, it's very crazy down there.
But we're not in Florida.
We're good, right?
Yeah, you know what? This applies less to us because we're not in Florida.
We're not in Florida.
All right. Yes, I realize we're stretching, but
Love you,
it
Florida.
happens. Hey, there's softball coaches everywhere, bro.
Yes.
Every state.
Everywhere.
Oh, man. Speaking of that, my buddy had his kids in football.
Okay.
And he was one of the coaches was kind of just a bit of a bully to the kids. Like, there's hard coaching and being tough, right? And he goes, and there's this guy that was just kind of rubbing me the wrong way. And I let it go because, the kids should toughen up and it's like, whatever. They just learn to deal with it. So my kid is running and trying to do like a juke or I don't know what he was doing. I didn't understand a football term. Sorry. But the coach just took the pad and just like slammed it right into him and knocked my kid over. And my kid, just got hurt.
Yeah.
So he goes, all right. So took a mental note. And he was that guy that followed him into the parking lot and said, hey, let me talk to you for a second. He goes, I seen what you did to my kid out there. And the kid, the man, the grown 40-year-old, got in my face like, what are you going to do? It's football. He goes, look, if I see you do it again, we're going to have a problem. Ooh. He goes, what are you going to do? He goes, you've been warned. Ooh. And that was it. But the guy never.
Talk some shit.
Right, but that was it. He goes, it was just kind of like a little staring contest. And he goes, you've been warned. Don't do it again. He goes, the guy never did. But.
Well, it's kind of useless.
But it could.
How old is this kid?
He was like 12 or 13.
Fuck that kid up.
Yeah. So he goes, look, I didn't want to be that dad, but that was, that was uncalled for. He goes, I'd be remiss not to say something as a dad. And then the guy wanted to get in my face like he did nothing wrong. And this is football, tough guy, blah, blah, blah. Don't get in my face because I'll fight you kind of thing. So it was one of those where he goes, I just wanted to like, hey, man, not cool. Don't do it again. And he should have said, yeah, my bad. Yeah, I was a little rough. Yeah.
Whatever.
You know what? I apologize. I'll apologize to your kid next practice. But he didn't.
Fuck no.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, again, it's one of those,
And I got a big mouth. You know what I mean? Like, I don't shut up about much, so I probably really should know more self-defense.
It's amazing you haven't gotten your ass kicked more. It really is. Like, I don't know. You should buy a lottery ticket.
I know, because I talk a lot of shit.
Yeah. Joe Rogan...
I'm very honest.
I think there's a clip on Joe Rogan saying, he goes, look, man, I've trained my entire life in martial arts. And he goes, I'm terrified to get into a street fight.
Yeah. Bad shit happens, man.
He goes, you don't win. Oh, crap. So,
oh, crap.
Hold on. But wait, there's more. Jocko Willink has a podcast, and he gets listener questions all the time.
Yeah.
So one of the listener questions came in he goes, hey, I was driving home, and there was a guy in the middle of the street. I forget exactly how the story goes, but basically he was confronted by a crazy dude, and he had his wife and his son in the car. And I forget how old his son is, like 10, 11, 12, whatever.
Okay,
he's young, but not a baby. And I wanted to get out of the car and confront this guy. And my wife is begging me not to get out of the car and just drive around. He goes, but I felt like I was being a coward, and I'm teaching my son that I'm not standing up for myself, and I'm backing down. That's what I said. So Jocko's reading this. He goes, so I did, and I bit my tongue, and I drove around him, and I dropped my wife and kids off, and I went back out, and I looked for him.
What?
But I never found him. He goes, did I do the right thing by just backing down? But this is how people.
Thought process.
That's what I thought. I'm like, oh, you got to be kidding me. And he's a cop. His job is a cop.
Come on, dude.
So I too was 22 years old and full of piss and vinegar, right?
Yeah.
And I get it. I too wanted to fight. And Jocko goes, look, the only good that can happen in a fight is you get the props, right? You get the street cred. Yeah. It feels good to get in a fight, but there's so much bad stuff.
So many negatives.
I don't care how trained you are, you're not gonna come out unscathed.
No.
You're gonna get scratched. You're gonna break a fist. You're gonna fall down. You could hit your head on a curb, or they can hit their head on a curb. They can die. There's people in jail to this day.
Oh yeah,
because
Joe Rogan
years ago
has that clip that gets replayed all the time of talking about, one of his guests was talking about how he was going to get in a fight with a guy, and he didn't even really know why he was going to get in a fight with a guy. Well, Joe Rogan's like, there's so many videos and people out there that are brain dead and dead just from smashing their head on the fucking concrete.
Yeah. Yep. So he brought that exact same thing up, and he goes, so you can kill a guy, you can get sued, you could lose because you don't know what they know.
Yeah.
He goes, you don't know what kind of blood-borne diseases they have that you just, now that you have that, enjoy living with that for the rest of your life.
Yeah, whatever it is.
He goes, there's nothing about this worth it. Like, you've already won. You have a wife, a kid, a job. You're not acting like that dude in the middle of the street.
You're not a crazy man.
You've already won. Like, somebody that treats himself like that doesn't have his own self-respect, can't disrespect you.
Yeah.
Like, teach your kid that.
He doesn't have respect.
He can't disrespect me because he doesn't even respect himself.
Yeah, he doesn't have respect, so he can't give it. So,
right.
What the fuck?
He goes, that being said, train so that if he just attacks you or your family,
you can take care
then
of
you can take care of
That's
yourself.
Fair enough.
But to not just drive around him would be the dumbest thing you could possibly do.
Risking everything to get out of your car. Why?
Yeah. But there's a lot of kids, man, they're just full of testosterone. They don't want to be disrespected, and I never really got in a street fight, but I've also never had that kind of situation.
Oh, I thought you were going to say friends. I was confused.
You're right. I'm going to go heal now.
So hurtful.
I hate you. All right. I have seen a lot of students express no desire to train self-defense, and after training for about 6 months, I had no desire to train either. I read all this, didn't I?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. All right. You are taking unnecessary risks if you don't train self-defense. Found it. Once you realize that the same skills you use to develop your sport jiu-jitsu can be used to easily develop your self-defense, and the self-defense skills give you real security in random and potentially stressful situations off the mats, self-defense simply becomes another game where we optimize our play. Just as sport jiu-jitsu requires us to develop our mind and body, self-defense does as well. And it's even better suited to the mental aspect of the optimization game once you take the physical portion more seriously. Fair enough.
Yeah.
And to wrap it all up, when your professor insists that you train self-defense, don't complain. Oh, I'm complaining.
I'm whining.
I'm still whining. I get it. I understand. Still whining.
Yes.
It's a great opportunity that you should embrace as part of your jiu-jitsu training. Your sport training will certainly help you in a street self-defense scenario, but just as the street fighter isn't prepared for a real jiu-jitsu environment despite their confidence, you are not ready for a real self-defense situation unless you train it on the mats and make it a state of mind off the mats.
I agree.
Yeah, well said, Paul Elliot. SimpleBJJ.com. Go check them out. Good stuff.
Yeah, it's a lot of good stuff. You guys should be reading it.
And he's on the Flick Chat app. And half this thing was from Flick Chat.
Yeah, you guys could have got this just for nothing.
Yeah. I mean,
great.
So 100 people did.
Oh, shit.
Okay, so here's the thing. I kind of vacillated on reading like Flick Chat conversations on here, but I realized that we have so many more listeners than the Flick Chat app. Plus, unless you're on that app all day, every day,
it's hard to keep up.
You're not reading all of it.
Hell
You're missing most. So I figure it's not going to hurt nothing. Plus, it's good information. So even if you get reiterated, I hope they don't get mad at us. I'm like, I already read that, asshole.
Well, we still give her. I don't give all of my opinion on there. I try, even everyone attacking me, I just kind of rolled with most of it.
You just ate it. You just cried with a bucket of ice cream like you just been dumped.
Yeah, pretty much.
Sweet. You just got your cocaine and your ice cream.
Coke. Coke, anyone? Coke?
All right. So on Flick Chat.
Yes.
We always ask.
Every Tuesday when we record, we always ask if anybody has any questions.
Yep.
On the Flick Chat.
Right. So I said it's podcast day today. If anyone has questions, comments, concerns, whatever, post them. Let's see. So training optimization. People watch videos. This is from Bennett Flo. Train solo drills, go to classes, etc. to get good. Everyone wants to get good, and the faster the better. Obviously, the more BJJ classes you can take, the better. But what other things can be done to increase retention, build good muscle memory, and movement skills, etc. when learning?
There's two. Notes, which I don't do, and drills. Notes and drills, like repetitive motions, everything you learn has to be done 1 million times to really make it muscle memory. So those are two that I will go with.
I know, I don't know anybody that does this now. Email us. When they're watching, when they're Netflix and not doing the chill part, they actually do like in-place shrimp drills.
Yeah.
You don't have to go up and down the floor to do your drills. No. But yeah, they do that. They get their bridge, their shrimp, their reverse shrimp, and they sit there and do it every commercial break.
Yep.
Every single day. That's just what they do. I get up in the morning and I do. It's not really BJJ related, but it's I got some.
Makes it so you can still do it.
Right, but I got some yoga stuff, and the yoga stuff opens. Right, yeah, it opens up my hips so that I can do BJJ.
Yeah.
So I'm not sure if that's exactly what they're looking for, but yeah.
I think it's more like, videos aren't really the best. They really aren't.
Apparently, if you YouTube videos and especially Instagram, no bueno.
Yeah, no.
A lot of the, from what I've been hearing, a lot of the instructional videos are shit.
Yes.
But there are some good ones.
There's some diamonds out there.
Yep. So talk to your instructor about what ones that he recommends.
Yeah.
And then work with your instructor.
Correlate with his what your instructor's already coaching you towards.
Yeah, because there might be something that you're interested in. So let's say you're really interested in developing half guard. So go to your instructor and be like, hey, I want to get the time to blast stuff.
Yeah.
Can you help me work with this? Maybe show the stuff that, you think is cool.
Yeah. Or take notes on even that, and then bring it to your coach.
Absolutely.
Like, hey, what do you do with this? But the shit that you see on, oh God, I can't bitch enough about it. The shit you see on Instagram.
We got a doozy from Flick Chat, an Instagram video. It was fun. It was like I think an inverted weird thing to omoplata to triangle. It was awful.
It was horseshit.
I loved watching it.
Yeah, it was fucking hilarious.
I mean, I caught Croiler in it, so it must work a little bit. You seen it? You were there.
No, I'm not giving you shit.
Why? Well, I thought we were friends.
Because I can't.
Terrible.
I can't help you with that.
Rude. Just rude. It's like trying to get Paul to talk shit about Croiler.
That was fucking hilarious.
He's like, no, dude, I'm going to see him again. I'm like, just a little bit.
We see him all the fucking time.
I know.
We do it.
So, okay, look. I rolled with Claude and felt pretty bad about myself. And I'm not sure if you watched the Croiler match with me.
I did. Did
you notice what I could do?
No.
Yeah, exactly. Because I could do nothing.
Oh.
0 things could I do.
Caught that.
Yeah.
I did catch that.
You see? So, okay, we had an entire episode on anti-Jiu Jitsu about just not grabbing your own collars.
Yeah.
So, I try to make a concerted effort to always try to be moving towards an escape because that's all I really had.
Well, that's all you're really going to do.
He had me tied up and locked down so good that anytime I moved my hands, I'm like, I'm about to get wrist locked.
Yeah.
And I was so shut down. I'm like, honestly, I don't know what to do.
But he can put it on pretty much anybody there.
I think he was just, I don't know if he was proving a point. I don't think that was it.
No,
I think he was just
I don't think that
kind of like the guy like giving you wet willy.
Yeah, I think that was more. Yeah, look at all I can do. You can't do shit. Ha ha ha. Yeah, he's done that to me a number of times. It's not fun.
Yeah, it's weird because when I grab his collar, I get
wrist locked.
And we learn that wrist lock in our self-defense portion.
Yes, we do.
And so he grabs my collar. I'm like, I'm going to do that. And it doesn't work. No. So I don't know.
He made a whole system. Wrist lock, you're not going to wrist lock.
I'm not mad at not being able to work it on Croiler. Yes, I am.
I'm still butthurt. I love how I can talk about nothing.
No, you need to like heal.
Yeah.
Like just concentrate on that.
Dude, they're telling me 3 months.
You'll be all right. 3 months ain't shit. I took more than that off from my knee.
Bullshit.
I did though.
You almost never came back though.
I almost never did, but I did. Yeah. Here I am in all my glory. All right, let's see.
Quote unquote.
Quote. Anti-glory. I think that most of the listeners listen for the content, but we all want to get better off the mat because let's face it, we are on the mat as much as our schedules allow. So yeah, there's not a whole lot you can do. There's a couple of good books. There's Jiu Jitsu University you can read. The act of taking notes on the videos and even rewriting what's in a book, will help. But just make sure that you work with your coach when you're doing that kind of stuff, so they're not doing yourself a disservice.
Yeah, and what I would do is I got this from watching Morgan. When she took notes, she would take notes and then she would go over it with Croiler, let's say. And she would go over and go, is this fucking right? And then once it was right, then she could work it.
Yeah.
When she wasn't on the mats with somebody. Now, that's a very rare time because she was always on the mats. but no, it made it so she could go through it at home. She could read it really, and she knew it was right. So she's reading her notes that are correct. And, so I think that really helps. I think that's probably the best one if you want to improve is to work on what you're being taught.
Yep.
So take notes, make sure they're right, read them, practice them at home.
Yep. Yeah, Jesse rewrites his notes and adds more detail as he goes too. So, if you have like a very, very understanding spouse, you could drill on them at home. Very understanding is key word. Kids, they don't have to be as understanding. They just like give them $5 and be like, "Hey, let me practice triangle drills."
Yeah, and you can.
Yeah.
Seriously, the kids don't have to be that big to get the motion down. Honestly.
Yeah.
For most maneuvers.
Yeah, my kids have helped me immensely doing my my basic primary stuff. Like they just sit there because they need to learn it too. So it works out pretty good.
Hell yeah.
So yeah, you can do stuff like that. Boy, I can't think of anything else though.
No.
If we do, we'll let you know. Hey, you know what? When you listen to this, just shout your answer out.
Fuck yeah,
Flick
go
chat.
back on there.
Do it. All right, Simple BJJ writes. So how about that base? you've actually got an answer. We're trying.
I'm trying, damn it.
So this son of a bitch lovingly makes a comparison on what we sound like compared to what professional podcast sounds like. And, weird. We don't sound as good.
Shocker. We're close.
We're trying our best. I hope this doesn't make your ears bleed in the car. It actually sounds quite good in headphones at the shop.
It does.
It sounds perfectly fine. So I don't get why it sounds like shit in your car. I think it's probably because you drive a Subaru.
I've heard, the Subaru fucks it up.
It's the Subaru. That's what
Subaru.
it is. Yeah, if you bought like a real car, like a big boy car. Yeah, not because Subarus like look, you buy a Subaru, especially a WRX, they're going, all right, who's going to buy this car? Children. What do children want? A lot of bass. So it's already set up like that. Like your equalizer's already preset for 18-year-olds.
For a child.
So, yeah. So what we're saying is it's your fault.
Yeah.
But we're going to try to help, though. So that's where we're at with that bass. We're all about that bass, as they say. All right. Let's see.
We make speakers crack.
Alex says, I'm not sure if you wanted this read, but my BJJ place is on their yearly 1-week shutdown vacation with his family, and I'm going through withdrawals. Beat up your friends.
Yeah. Don't ask. Just do it.
Yeah, just pick.
It's fine.
Pick like little mediocre fights with them. Get a couple mats, shake.
Or you could build up a whole scenario in your head from the guy that's like selling oranges on the corner.
Cocaine,
and then just attack the fuck out of him.
There you go. It's just start fights, bro.
Yeah.
Problem solving.
Done.
Let's see. No trouble.
Yeah, don't do that. By the way.
No, we're not doing all that. Does anyone video their rolls during class? I've been wanting to, but haven't yet.
I do not want to see what I look like.
I think it would be a huge benefit to try to be able to get back and see where it all goes wrong.
Slap, bump. Wrong.
So, Paul...
That's just me personally.
Yeah, pretty much, yeah. Then let's see. We do, Steve writes, we do a class on occasion, then break them down together. That's kind of cool. Simple BJJ again writes, videos of your rolling works. Great. We actually talked about this a little bit on the show. Yeah. So he's a big fan of it, so you literally see where it all goes wrong.
Yeah. It's for sure.
It's great. A couple times I'm videoed rolling with Croiler at team training, and I'm going...
That's not the right one to do.
No, I really should videotape myself rolling with somebody that I can actually roll with. I've never done that, but I want to, and we should do that.
Yeah, we should.
If you ever find yourself there during training, just...
No, I should probably come visit occasionally. It's just usually the kids have shit to do.
Oh, yeah, I get that. So. But yeah, let's do that. Next.
I can do that.
We'll make a plan.
Yes. Yeah. Because I'm worthless.
Otherwise, yeah.
I don't do anything.
Yeah, be less worthless. Video us. Then we can put it up on this. Like, look how stupid Paul is.
Paul's terrible. Look, I told you.
He thought he was better. He's not. Hurtful. Let's see. I don't want to see it, let alone anyone else. Not mad at that.
No, not at all. Was that Sam?
Steve Journey.
Fucker. I disagree now.
Here it is. Can Kip comment on what he's been doing to keep his jiu-jitsu game sharp while recovering from surgery? I can tell you that. Fuck all. He's done fuck all.
I can't do shit.
You could take notes. You could watch occasionally a video on Instagram.
Objective it. Boom, done.
Son.
Flying arm bars. No, yeah, I'm a learner. The way I learn, I should say, is doing things. Paul knows this, and I think you can speak to that. Like, if I didn't do it, I could not fucking get it down.
So that's a thing, right? So when I was trying to learn the test stuff, what I'd have them do is I'd have say Jesse go, I want these moves.
Yeah.
Perform these moves on this person, and I'm going to step by step write it down. Well, I'd be looking at my notes going, I don't understand what I even wrote down because I didn't do the moves. I was just trying to write down everything I wanted to do for my test. So it's not until I did them that I had the understanding enough to go, oh, now I understand my notes. Yeah, but I have to drill the moves.
Yeah, and I'm not a note taker. I wasn't in school. I'm not now. It's just not I don't learn that way. I can take notes over and over again. They just don't settle in. So now if I had a video of, me being taught that, like they said, they went through that a little bit. Right. Like I got to tape my private lesson with my coach. Like, that's cool. Like, that I could really build off of because it's me, and I can relate the action to the feeling that was going on there. I can do that. But for me, I do need to come to class more, just hang out, be around it, because I'm going to be off for a long time.
Yeah, I think being around it, just even a little bit, is fun. A couple classes ago, I think I told you about this on the podcast. Jen and I were just watching rolls.
Yeah.
And we're going, oh, this is cool because you can kind of see and pick out stuff.
Yeah, that was a lot of fun. That's at team because I went down to team training.
Oh, how'd you like that?
It was a lot of fun.
Just watching all your buddies roll.
Yeah,
I understand.
Cool.
I thought it'd be more maddening than.
No, it wasn't bad because I know I can't do anything. It's if like I had before, it was maddening because I felt like I was hurt, but didn't know I was hurt. So I'm like, I can do this, right? I can't hurt anything.
Yeah, when you have a doctor hard no.
Yeah,
then you don't have to go, maybe I could.
Yeah, I can't. I know I can't do it. So it was great just to watch everybody. I watched Croyler a bunch. I watched Travis. Was a lot of fun to watch. Travis is just fun. We forgot to roll once, and it was a lot of fun.
Yeah.
And these are guys that are just down at Croyler's gym, and it's a lot of fun. Got to watch Andrew roll. I watch mostly their guys just because
you don't get to see them all the time.
I don't. Yeah, I don't get to see them. So that was a lot of fun. And watching you with Claude was fucking hilarious. Croyler texted me just to make sure. He's like, "It's good seeing you today." And he goes, "How are the rolls?" And my head immediately went like, "I didn't fucking roll." Bad face.
Yeah,
but I didn't. I then thought about it. I go, well. And my favorite one was Paul getting fucking annihilated, and he just starts laughing. It's being around. It does help. Just go into class, hang out. Like I went down to team training. I may not be doing a lot, but I did go down to that, and I got to watch 2 solid hours, essentially, of rolling, of people rolling and learning techniques and watching how people work through one of the techniques that, Croyler was showing that day with Dr. Howe. And that was a lot of fun.
Oh, yeah, I really appreciate that.
Yeah, it was really cool. Simple stuff. Kimura, very cool.
Yeah, one cool thing that our school and affiliation does is have team training. So we all from different parts of kind of the country. We're not that far away, hour and a half away, right?
Yep.
But we have team training. So, yeah, we all get together at separate time. Well, at every 6 weeks or so.
Yeah.
Yeah, and we roll with people that we don't normally get to roll with. That are our buddies on Facebook and they're friends and.
Well, yeah, friends of the show also.
Yeah, just a really good time. So, I really appreciate that Croyler does that. I think it's awesome.
It's very cool. When we had a white belt from our school and a white belt from their school rolling together, it's so amazing to watch them try to murder each other. Oh, it was fucking 5 minutes of a death match of almost no jiu-jitsu, just freaking muscle and spit.
They didn't listen to the speech before, did they?
At all. Both of them were trying to murder each other. Yeah. I just want to, there was one that kind of looked like a rear naked choke, but it was more of a rear naked hug your face smother thing. And then there was one where the guy just went for. That's one thing I did see a lot of in the lower belts because Croyler asked me what I saw. A lot was the going for the Americana and just utterly almost lifting yourself up, trying to push from on mount or oh my God, just putting everything you can to get that arm to the mat. I'm like, yeah, that's not how you do that, but that's okay. But no, it's just being part of the culture. Like I still hang out with the guys. Ben and Morgan were over at my house on Saturday.
Nice. Yeah.
Just being around the people and talking about jiu-jitsu really helps. I know it sounds corny, but it does. It helps. Yeah.
Good.
Yeah, so that's what I'm doing.
Excellent. So
little to nothing.
Nothing. Check. That's all I got.
That's all I got,
That's all
think.
I got.
Yeah.
So get on the Flick Chat app.
It's super fun. We're growing fast.
Grappling Dads, all one word. Come find us.
And also there's a link on our website. Good job, Nate.
What?
Nate put it
on
there.
Nate, you
think he did.
Sexy man, you. I'm impressed.
Yeah, no. So you can go to the website, grapplingdads.com.
Nah, dude.
Yeah, if it's not
he
there,
talked about
fuck
it,
you,
didn't
Nate.
do it.
Fucking bastard. I'm just going on the pretense I don't think you did it.
All right. Yeah, I know I feel like a pushy cocaine dealer with the whole Flick Chat app, but it's a lot of fun.
Yeah, Paulie's really, really dove deep into this thing. So do I. I love the thing, too.
I thought it was a stupid idea at first. And Andrew, I was talking to him at team training. I'm like, why aren't you on? He goes, I'm not sold on it. He goes, I don't like chat rooms. I'm like,
Neither
sign
do
up. I said sign up. Check it out. If you don't like it, just remove yourself. But I go
just stay in there and just
or
delete
just stay.
that.
Right. Yeah, just delete that.
So we can be like, Andrew's on here and he's not talking.
Right. But I think he'll come to enjoy it too.
I think
he's already having
his own
fun.
fan page.
Yeah.
On there.
Thought that was appropriate.
Yeah. But and also it's a fun place to find the podcast. The podcast is actually right at the top of the page.
Yeah.
So Larry actually uses it that way.
And if you want to see what Croyler looks like as a very attractive woman, you need to get on the Flick Chat app.
Oh my God, that shit was funny as hell.
Best
Man,
listeners
these people
ever.
are fucking brave.
Brutal. I love our listeners.
I love them all. Our Patreons, we got a new Patreon. We love you. We appreciate it.
Yeah, thank you so much. I mean,
it means the world to us.
It does.
And
I wish
guys,
we could be better. We're trying.
Hey, we're adjusting volumes.
We're adjusting volumes. We have video. The last one turned out to be
fucking garbage.
Dog shit.
This one's probably garbage also because we also don't know what we're doing.
We're trying.
We're
have patience. Apparently, all the patience
in the world with us.
Yeah, have as much patience as Croyler must have to have with our jiu-jitsu.
Yeah, that's a lot.
Yep, that's in the realm of things.
A lot. But we're trying, and everything we do is for you guys, the hobbyists out there, the occasional competitor. Hell, the competitors. We have competitors out there.
The mom of competitors.
The mom of competitors.
We got another couple videos from Hunter.
Fuck yeah, that kid's awesome.
I love watching his stuff.
Oh no, gold again, gold.
Quick too, made quick work.
Yeah, just done and done.
I think that second kid, Lauren, let me know, but he looked like about 3 years older
oh
and
my
about
God.
10 pounds heavier.
What the hell was that? I'm like, did the weight class change?
Yeah, she said he's been fighting up, and they keep bumping him up.
Well, they have to.
Apparently it means nothing. He's like, all right, I'll beat you too.
Well, yeah, because
just put
that's
him
what
adult.
jiu-jitsu is.
Yeah, just put him with the adults. He'll be fine.
Yeah, he's what, 9 now?
He's at least 15.
Yeah, he's like 24.
Right.
Who knows? Fucking kid's amazing. Everyone knows how old he is. But that's
she's like, yeah, he really wants to meet you guys. I'm like, well, we ain't shit, but we hang out with some cool people though. So
no, we're cool as fuck.
I don't know about that.
Don't you downplay us. We're cool as hell.
He can roll with our kids. He'd love that.
No, he wouldn't.
Yeah, he would.
He would make my kids cry. No, my
he'd
kids
probably
would
show
love
him
it.
some stuff.
Oh, my kids would love
yeah.
it. My kids would love it. So.
I rolled with George down at Croyler's.
Oh, that was cool. Yeah, I watched that. That was fun.
He's such a great kid.
He's 12,
no,
right?
I
11.
think he's 11. Yeah,
he's 11 or 12.
Yep.
Yeah. We'll go with 11.
But
yeah, great attitude.
Super
rolling
nice
with
kid.
all the adults, not intimidated at all.
Nope.
Had a lot of fun.
He's an orange belt.
Yes.
He's been doing it for 5 or 6 years now. He does the adult classes too. So
he's legit, dude.
So my both my daughters rolled with him, and he just went very mild, like made it like a good roll, but clearly let them do what they wanted to do. He was like Vic.
Yeah.
He did what Vic does to me, except let my daughters tap him out. And my kids had a great time. Just thought the world of me. Like, he's such a fun role and a nice kid.
Which is great.
Yeah.
What jiu-jitsu is supposed to be about.
Exactly.
So,
we should all be like that. Strive to be like George.
Be like George,
Be
everyone.
like an 11-year-old.
New shirt. Be like George.
Be like George.
Oh, man.
All right. But anyway, thank you to the Patreons. Thank you for the people on the Flick Chat app. Thank you, the GD family. Y'all are
for
awesome.
sure. And GD family, the patches are coming.
Oh,
they are been created. Now they have to be sewn up and things like that.
Hey, did you ever send a care package to Sharks Never Sleep?
No.
No.
I sent them messages.
Okay, good.
I sent them messages because with my surgery and everything kind of got put in the background.
That's fair.
And also, I need a favor from Al, and I haven't wanted to ask him since his surgery. So, but now he's up and running, so I'll now get that done. Don't worry, Sharks, if you are listening, it is coming. I know I've sent you some messages anyways, just to keep them apprised on it. So, yeah, your size has thrown a wrench and everything. So. We're trying to figure that out as we go. We did not foresee this coming. So we probably could have another contest with the shit that didn't fit Sharks.
Yeah.
So,
well.
That's all right. But, no, we'll make it happen, guys.
Cool.
So,
right.
Thanks, everybody.
Yeah,
Remember, adopt a white belt, be a good blue belt, and a purple belt.
Yeah, keep them around.
Yeah.
That's how we get better.
Fuck yeah. We need more of them.
Yes, we do.
They are not just fodder.
Yeah. You might have your best training partner ever if we just talk them into staying by being cool.
Yes.
So let's all be cool.
Greet them. If they happen to leave, well, you did your part.
Yeah.
All right, guys.
Bye.
Bye.